Welcome back to a new video. So in this workout, this was the one I did on Sunday. It was a loosely structured EMOM. So I did the 10 singles that you'll see, but I wasn't hyper strict on the timing of all of the singles. And the big reason for that was that I was feeling really good, so I wanted to push up heavier, and everything was moving just really well. Dylan Cooper had a short the other day, of all places, of all ways to get information. Talking about how a lot of proficient people in the snatch move their hips and shoulders at the same time. And so while trying to keep my shoulders kind of moving the same way that they were, trying to keep the bar closed, trying to keep my shoulders over the bar, I was really trying to focus on almost letting my shoulders lead my hips and just trying to, do what he mentioned. And it was really kind of clicking for a lot of these snatches, really all of them. And so they were feeling really good. And so I started the EMOM sets at 90, and I basically just increased it 5 kilos. I think every set besides 110, I think I did 110 2 times, but went up to 115 and ended up with 120, and was pretty happy with how it felt. Everything was moving and grooving with the snatch. I felt like I was moving really well. So also thinking about the feet and trying to be aggressive with those, and just basically just trying to be correct in the pull and being aggressive at the finish, and it was really just clicking in all of these lifts. And that 110 there is probably like the worst one, I guess you could say, but here the 115 I was happy with. Had to fight it a little bit. And then here is the 120, which after all those singles prior to that, certainly happy to be able to hit that and locked it out pretty well. Didn't have to do anything crazy to save it or anything like that, so I was quite happy with that. Clean jerks also went really well, which was interesting. I took a while before I started to do clean jerks, and so my right knee is a little bit angry at me for waiting that long. So I did 70 for, I think, 2 sets here. I did a double here and then did it again. After that, I didn't have any sort of discomfort in that area, so I think it was just a little bit annoyed that I just kind of sat around and played chess for like 20 minutes or whatever before I started clean jerks. But that's that's something that happens. You can't just warm up for a lift and go through that whole session and then not move and expect to be still warmed up. So it's kind of one of the benefits of going directly into clean jerks after snatches is you don't really have to warm up at all, since you've obviously moved a lot in the snatch. But this is my first working set here with 110. I believe I did this twice. I think for clean jerks I was taking each one twice, but we'll see, because I think I took bigger jumps. So yeah, so I did this 110 again here. Really trying to do a similar thing with the pull, trying to keep the shoulders and the hips moving at the same rate, trying to time up the jerk well, and all that good stuff. Certainly a lot easier, obviously, to think about all that stuff in the clean jerk than in the snatch, just because there's a lot more room for error. Jerks are feeling really good on this day as well, which was quite nice. Like, the timing felt really good. I had that breath and kind of just let it bounce around twice before I go, so you see the breath here, and then I let it I feel the bounce twice, and I don't really try to time it necessarily, but that's just kind of a cue for me to like time to go, like time to do the lift, and so it keeps you from holding the bar for too long. And here's 130. You see a similar thing, so I don't know, am I getting oscillation? Who knows? I need to cheat to get the jerk as easy as possible for sure, but I don't think I'm strong enough to really get the oscillation to really be on my side. For me, it just gets me a little bit tighter and allows me to have something to feel. Like, I feel that movement twice and then I just go. I don't have to think about when to go. It's just feel it twice, boom, and try to go. Try to at least do the lift. And so that's 140. I decided to go not all the way to 150. I had really 2 plans, really, to do 140 twice and then go to 150, but I decided it would be better to take a 5 kilo jump to this, which felt good, so I was quite happy with, and then went up to 150. This clean was weird. You'll see here, it's like my arms moved extra fast and it almost kind of threw me off, but caught the bounce okay. It still kind of smashed on me, but pretty happy with the jerk for how heavy it was. Took 2 cracks here at 153. This one was very similar to, it was actually a better clean than the 150, but just didn't have enough gusto on the jerk here. And I was pretty happy that I only took a 3 kilo jump, but with all the clean jerks I did prior, I'm not too unsurprised. And there I actually think I did a better pull in some ways, like the speed was better, but it's just looped. It was just a weird clean, and I just missed it out in front, which is very atypical, but I decided not to take that 153 again. I was pretty confident that I could do another clean with it, but I didn't want to waste all my energy doing a bunch of heavy clean jerks, so I dropped down to 110 for the technically 10th completed single, since you could probably count those 153s as attempts or whatever, but I want to get 10 actual makes, and after 150 it was just 9, so wanted to get one more good one. I did a similar thing as earlier in the week, where I started out with front squats, got them up to 160 again. I don't really feel the need to really push beyond this. I just want to keep practicing and getting this 160 to feel better and better, or at least to be consistent. I feel like it is making the front squats feel better. Like each time I do it, it feels a little bit better. So maybe I'll want to push it up a little bit more, but probably not too much more, especially because the main crux of my leg training right now is obviously just back squats, since it's just easier for me to push those. I changed to the Instagram girl angle because a good friend was deadlifting on the other platform, so you get this beautiful angle from behind. But got up to 210 for a triple. Part of me was like, maybe do 4 sets 3 at something, but I decided to stop here at this triple here because this was quite heavy. Quite heavy triple in general. I think my best triple is 220, so definitely like percentage wise and just sheer weight. And then after doing that triple there, I dropped down to this 120 and did a set of 10. So got a little extra volume in there. After these, I did some pulls and did some leg extensions. Really, the focus when I do leg extensions now is really just get hypertrophy. So I'm not really trying to push the weight. I'm doing 2 leg, single leg, and just trying to get a whole bunch of reps in and holds at the top. So really not pushing the weight for that. Not even tracking the weight for it because it's not really that important. And then some back extensions, which have been feeling pretty good. You can kind of see in the back corner, the sun is on the thing right now, or it might be actually, or it's kind of blocked, it's blue behind all those bars. That's where the glute ham raise or back, whatever you want to call it, is. But just really focus on trying to hyperextend the back and just get it up in that locked position. And actually got up on this day to 3 sets of 20 on it, so pretty high amount of reps. I might have to actually hold a little bit of weight to drop back down, since I'm obviously not going to go up to sets of 25 or 30. That'd be a little bit too much. But these were 4 sets of 3. Did them with a cluster as well, and it is 180 kilos. So happy with how these felt. And really it was nice with the pulls too, to really reinforce trying to move the hips and the shoulders at the same time. It's really, for me, trying to lead the shoulders, since my hips will always kind of want to raise up. Jumped up to this 230 for a regular deadlift, and then up to 280 here for a deadlift, which is pretty close to most I've done in weightlifting shoes. So I was not necessarily happy with it because it just moves slow, but certainly not disappointed to be able to get that, since that was kind of the plan. And heavy session at the end of the week, kind of like a little treat, a little reward for me, because deadlifts are fun. But as long as I'm holding the positions, then I can kind of gaslight myself to say that they're useful in some regard. But I would say probably more useful for me to do them in shoes and really try to maintain the position of a clean, at least attempt to, even if I don't actually, versus just doing a straight deadlift. So that's usually the type of gaslighting I get myself, and then proceed to pull a heavy deadlift. But I think there may be some a little bit logic to it. This is a session I did earlier today, so just 4 doubles with 80 kilos in the snatch, power snatch, and didn't take any caffeine or anything. So I was definitely feeling sore on this day, so I obviously wasn't very fresh on this day, but they were moving pretty decent. I got out there and you see the shed door is open too. I was like in the mid 60s. Tomorrow I was supposed to get up to 70, so it's starting to get to some summer weather, which is fantastic. And I'll be able to train with the shed door open, which is really nice just for airflow purposes, and just nice to have that open. Besides when it's like deep into the summer, then you got bugs to deal with. But at a certain point, you just train earlier in the day to avoid that. If you wait until the evenings, like I like to do, and 7 to 8 o'clock, it'll still be warm, obviously, and bright enough in the summer, but the bugs will come and eat me alive. And I am made of sugar, so I get eaten alive very quick because I'm just so sweet. But did some presses here, 60 for a set of 5, 70 for a set of 5, and 80 for a set of 5. The power cleans were probably the hardest part of these sets, although 80 was pretty difficult. But I haven't really been doing a lot of overhead press volume lately, so it's a nice little day, nice little treat to do on a day where it's not really that, like I'm not like, oh my goodness, I gotta press, do overhead press. It's just an easy exercise that's still gonna be beneficial, and just a relatively lighter weight, obviously, compared to, if I were to do, my other thought was to do like a push press or something, and I just didn't really want to push up that heavy. 80 kilos is a lot lighter than doing like 100 or 110 or whatever I would have done for push press. But Yeah, this was it for this day. I thought about doing some ab wheel and stuff, but I'm going to save that for tomorrow. Actually, at school today, I got about 12,000 steps of of walking in and slash played basketball a bit before school. Not like in a game or anything, just shot around. Definitely one of the probably the untold benefits of being a phys ed teacher is you literally are in a gym, so I can just shoot baskets whenever I want. Otherwise, I would just never shoot baskets like ever again. But the nature of my profession allows me to have open access to a gym, and if I want to go in a little bit earlier, or really in my plan times, I basically just set up the gym for all the stations I was going to have and just shot around for a little bit. I think even before school started, I had like 3,000 steps. So walking around and but all the stations out and playing basketball certainly will get me up there. And on a day like this where I know I'm not training very hard or I'm not doing very difficult stuff, I tend to allow myself to do a little bit more extra activity on those days, which now that I'm saying that, it's probably one reason I can't gain weight. I was 232 this morning, so I need to spend the rest of the night eating so I can actually gain weight. So I'm going to go do that. But if you made it to this point of the video, I appreciate it. I'll talk to you all the next one. Peace.